Hello, and welcome to this edition of the Angels and Destiny show. Why is this show called this, you may ask? So I'll tell you. The accept meaning of angel is messenger, and the accept meaning of destiny is to make them establish. I guess, and I like work with angels and the calmness they bring. Completely, I'm off my head there. So, in a moment, I will introduce you to my wonderful guest, Gennye Lion. But before that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching the show live at a later date, as it means a lot to me to connect with like-minded people. Now, if you've never met me before, then my name is Ray, and I'm a guide who helps you remember your divine presence so that you can heal your past, create your future, and transform your present to raise your consciousness, understand your spiritual path, and take charge of your destiny so you can spread your wings and soar. I'm the founder of Radiant Angel Energy, and through divine presence, virtual and actual retreats, transformational packages, a 6-week guided meditation series for confidence, workshops, and so much more. You remember why you are here, your spiritual path, and the clarity on the next steps to take. Now, each episode of the show covers various themes for your journey, a mini guided meditation or an angel oracle card reading with the wisdom of my wonderful guests, like today's guest, Gennye Lion, about the 7 levels of embodied leadership. Now, Gennye is an energy expert, New Earth mentor, a channel, and master healer who has built her own successful coaching business from scratch with less than $10 in her bank account. For 23 years, Gennye has been mastering her craft and has created a system which helps detect flaws in your overall success as a light worker and as an online entrepreneur. Gennye calls the 7 levels of embodied leadership, which anchors into our 7 energy centers, our chakras. Now, when these 7 levels are at optimum flow and correlating in perfect balance with your mind, body, and spirit, they amplify your ability to lead yourself and others into your business and entrepreneurship. Now, Gennye helps her clients become fully embodied new earth leaders through taking them through a light body activation program that she runs. Now, when the 7 levels are fully activated, optimized, integrated, you do become an embodied leader, a powerful CEO from within. Now, with testimonials such as Gennye is a master at helping you unblocking things, whether in your business or relationships, she has a feast of resources and experience to draw on that can be applied to many aspects of your life. The clearing kit is very powerful and a completely pleasure to experience. Would not hesitate recommending Gennye for anyone looking to improve their energy in business and life. And it took me over 20 years to find someone who could help me in the way I needed. I knew the very first time we spoke that I found her. Thank you so much, Gennye, for doing what I used to believe was not possible. So without further delay, hello, Gennye, and welcome to the Angels and Destiny show. How are you today?
I am so good. Thank you so much for having me, Ray. And I can actually see Chrissy. She's one of my clients. She's here
Oh,
and she's
brilliant.
watching. Yeah,
Ex-
so hi, Chrissy. Hi, and hi, Graham. I'm not
yeah,
sure. Yeah, thank you, Graham. Yeah, it is a great testimonial. Thank you.
yeah.
So, yeah, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be
Oh,
here.
you're welcome. So before we get into this fascinating conversation, I want to remind everyone not only can you share this video, but you can also ask questions, leave comments and thoughts, as both Jen and I want to be part of this conversation. So please do not be shy. So Gennye, why don't you tell us more about your journey and about the 7 levels of embodied leadership?
Yes. Okay. So, my spiritual journey started very early in life, but I think as most of us, hi Carol. So Carol is also my client. She's here.
Excellent.
Yeah. Um, so I think as many of us, we didn't have maybe the guidance when we were younger, or perhaps, even children, to guide us spiritually, really. So I kind of kept everything to myself. I wasn't pushed away, or as if like it didn't matter or anything. It's just like there was no support really. But I had a spiritual awakening at age 23, which was really strong. I think it was also quite confusing because I didn't know at the time what was happening, and it was followed by like a dark night of the soul. So I was only 23, and that was really sort of stabilizing. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't really have anyone to anything like that. And then I eventually felt much better. But I also went into a really steep learning curve of everything esoteric that I could come across. I remember being like 23, having that it's a call reincarnation in the same body. Some of my people know what that means, but anyway, I remember getting over, like, reading books about Atlantis and learning all about everything like I could get my hands on, not really knowing what I was doing, I think. and then eventually, and then I learned anatomy, physiology, massage. I learned energy, like healings and things. And then also at the age of 40 had another really, really strong spiritual awakening, another kind of dark night of the soul. So if anyone knows what that is, you know what it's like. It's not so good, but it's got a meaning to it. So I believe both those upgrades that I had, I have learned later on that they are really there so that the person can take the soul mission on, because the soul mission is bigger than the person.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean when I say that. So you need a lot of personal power to actually carry through what you see, because the personality is like, not sure what, can I do this sort of thing. So yeah, I think that's what was a big thing for me, that I had to kind of really step into my leadership and my power myself. When I was 40, I had my son at the same time. So it happened at the same time when I was, so it was quite strong. But anyway, here we are. I learned the things that I use now in my business today. I learned them about sort of 15 years ago. So I've been using the light body activations for about less than 10 years, but quite a long time for my clients. And I'm an online business mentor, so I do help them with entrepreneurship as well. But yeah, I've had to embody the 7 levels of embodied leadership, which is, everyone's like, what is it? So do you want me to go in and explain about it?
Yeah, please do, because it sounds so interesting, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, so where do we go there?
Yeah, so basically, it was actually only last year I was saying to my guides and my higher self, I'm like, look, how can I teach the light body, the impact, or the quality, or what the actual results of the light body in a much more digestible way that can be digested by anyone who's even not spiritual, because we know what the light body is, we know what the Merkaba is, we know all those things, but people that are not so into all that but still are interested, they don't understand all this. Anyway, so that was last year. I said to my higher self, I said, right, I want to teach about this and I want to bring it into the world so that they can be digestible. And then they showed me the chakras, and they just gave me literally the levels of what needs to happen within the individual so that they can be fully embodied leaders. Because old paradigm leadership comes from much more like control and sort of fear, and maybe how can I gain and take from others. I mean, I'm being really sort of like, duality here, polarity here, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't come from a unity collective sort of perspective. It comes more from how can I get to the top?
Yeah, basically,
right?
trample on everyone below.
And trample, yeah. So I'm being quite, it's not going to be like that everywhere, but I'm just being sort of explaining. So how can we become embodied leader so that we lead in unity and create respect and collaboration, and like we're not climbing on each other, we are all encouraging each other, coming from more of a unity place as opposed to a place from separation. And that only comes from being embodied and reaching a higher level of consciousness and awareness, so that we can always do that. Because when the ego kind of hijack the situation, all our shadows come out, and the triggers, and all the unhealed trauma, and all the unhealed stuffs, and then we start acting out of triggers as opposed to fully embodied leadership. So they are, and I'm starting from the bottom, because the root chakra is truly the place where we manifest, where we hold our power here on earth, where we create from, as in like really embody it. And a lot of the time, the root chakra is either traumatized or is all about being safe.
Yeah.
So, and we know this. So often when people don't feel safe and they don't succeed in the material 3D world, is often because their lower chakras are completely not fully integrated and in balance, and they are, not in a good way. So I said that your health, physical, emotional, spiritual, psychological health, is your foundation for your business. Because if those levels, and that's the root chakra, that's not in good balance and healed, and you are really taking care of this, how can you keep going for the long run even? Do you know what I mean? You've got to really look as a long-term commitment to yourself and your business and the people that you're going to take with you, or as in like, go together, right? So the health aspect is the root. The second one is your solar plexus, and the sacral chakra.
Yeah.
And with the sacral chakra, that's all about joy, expansion, fun. That's wealth. So if we can create wealth from a place of joy and expansion, which means all the wealth, it's not just the material wealth, but the wealth of everything, how we're feeling, how we're connecting with people, all those things, we need to really feel. And so many women and men are disconnected to their sacral chakra, literally. And how can we create joy if we don't connect it from that place, right?
Yeah.
The next one is your solar plexus, and that's your power. So if you are familiar with the chakras, you know that your personal power, boundaries, all those things come from the solar plexus. And I would say probably, I don't know, 80% of populations are disempowered in some place, because we are little soldiers in the matrix, and we're not really plugged into our full 100% power. It's like most people don't trust themselves.
Yes.
Right? So if we can't trust ourselves, how can we lead into the new world? So to plug in to the personal power and stand in your sovereignty, no matter what, is going to be required. And that's from a place, and that everyone can stand in their own power, and we can all have different belief systems, but we can still lead together.
Yeah.
We don't need to agree on everything, because there's a space for everyone, right? So this is very much like, you have your soul tribe and your family, and there's another lot over there, they're doing their thing, fine. There is no separation, but there is individuality. Yeah. So that's that one. Next one, I'm going to explain them all, aren't I?
No, that's
Next
brilliant.
one, yeah. So next one is your heart chakra, and it's your relationships. So most people have a closed heart chakra because they have been hurt somewhere, either through childhood or relationships, or they close their hearts because the ego wants to protect, which is a normal sort of natural way of just humans to protect ourselves. So if we can dare to open our hearts and create really loving, connecting relationships with everyone, then we are going to like explode this planet, right? Because actually ascension happens, Merkaba happens through the heart chakra. So if we can open our relationship and be trusting that relationships and openness has got something for us, the world craves connection right now.
Yes.
The world is craving this deep, intimate relationship that we have lost because we were misled with information and technology. Now we are going back to like basics almost. It's what it feels like anyway. So connection, relationships, all levels, love, work, clients, we have a relationships everywhere, family.
Yeah.
The next one, communication and leadership. So if we cannot ask for what we need, and if we cannot have the ability to express from a place of love, power, divinity, all those things, healed communication, how can we then communicate with our soul tribe? We can't. We need to find words that comes from a higher place. And communication is like, you can heal so much with communication. and non-violent, not be triggered, respond instead of reacting to things, right? So just really learn to articulate. And for those people who are listening here, you know that so many of you have been persecuted in past lives, so you feel like you can't speak because you're scared of being persecuted again. So this is a big thing to heal this lifetime, to clear the channel. The next one is intuition, third eye. So everyone is psychic. Everyone can plug into this. Everyone can become fully, fledged Claire, all the Claires,
Yeah.
if they want to. And this is the thing that if we can accept that is our superpower, to use our intuition in everything that we do. Yeah, good, Graham. Graham likes the conversation. The monologue at the moment, because I'm
No,
explaining
it's brilliant. Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. So then your intuition, right? So we all have intuition. It's not, this, that we are not, some people over there are intuitive and these people are not. Do you know what I mean? We all have it. And most people have either been shut down early in life, or they're now regaining all the gifts, and sort of, so this is an important part, and we need to trust and act on it. This is the key thing. Trust the intuition and take action on the intuition. That's where the magic happens, right? The next thing is crown. This is your mission, vision, your vision for the world. And if the mission is bigger than you, brilliant. Absolutely unrealistic, delusional goals is what I really encourage. Because if we don't have these amazing goals and visions, how are we going to change the world? Look at all them people. I sometimes think about, what's his name, who traveled across the ocean like in the 1500s? I can't even remember his name.
Oh, Columbus.
Columbus, yeah. Everything has changed in history when people have had delusional goals. So we have to have delusional goals. And I encourage all my spiritual entrepreneurs, you have to have it, they have to be bonkers, because how are we going to change it otherwise if we play small? Take big action on the goals, right? So that's the 7 levels. So what I do with my clients is that I measure them 1 to 10, and wherever, because no one's going to be 10 all the time. We're all going to have fluctuate throughout how we're feeling as well, and circumstances. But the idea is to advance to the 10s on all those levels. And when you feel like you can hum there on a good level, which happens a lot through the deep inner work, of course, then we are good. Then you have a good, and that sometimes I work with clients and we have 4 sessions just on relationships, because that is what they feel they need. Sometimes we work with their wealth, not because they want more money necessarily, but because they want to feel safe, because there will be trauma from childhood, or there will be other things happen to them that makes them not feel safe. So whatever it is all very individual.
Yeah.
So yeah, those it. So question. So that was a mini lesson on them.
No, that's really good, because there are some people that know the basics of the chakras, but they don't understand what their relationship is and how they can actually help with us. So it's actually quite good that you broke, that you kind of broke that down for them. And obviously Graham knew exactly what you were talking about. And when we said about Columbus, basically Graham is from Yorkshire in the UK here, and he now is married and lives in Florida. So
okay. Cool. So now he is actually in Florida. So he went across the pond.
Exactly, which is which is absolutely, oh sorry,
Derby, he says. Derby.
It's up north. He'll kill me for that one. Yeah. So if anyone's got any questions or anything you want to ask Gennye, then please do feel free to put in the comments, and and ask them without getting my feet wet either. Okay, yeah. Taking over the show here. So let's wind it back to the 7 steps of embodied leadership. So when you came your guides, and that gave you the information of this. Were it things that you've all you'd been doing yourself through the years, or did they sort of like just come in that moment?
Well, I feel that they just gave me clear steps as how I can clarify and simplify the work that I do, and the importance of many other people doing the work. Because so no, it just came though. They said, right, you're going to do the chakras, and you're going to talk about 7 levels, and you're going to tie them in to the energy centers, and you're going to explain it in this way so it makes sense to people. That's kind of what happened. However, when they first came with it, I was like, right, well, I've got to test myself here.
Yeah.
1 to 10, want to make sure I'm the work. So obviously, I feel like I'm always, if I feel like one is out, I work on it, or I get someone else to work on it. I have mentors, healers, guides, like really epic human support from. So I always make sure I'm good, right? So if I feel like, oh, my relationships, I think I need to improve this, and then I work on it either with divine healing with myself, or I do something else so that I am the work. I always walk my walk. So, but it really has helped a lot, because what I find as well is that a lot of people who are entrepreneurs and spiritual entrepreneurs as well, like visionaries who really wants to make a change, they may have a great vision and great goals, but they may not have great communication skills, or they may not have great they might have a not a good relationship with wealth as such. Money is not maybe their main priority, but I make them realize that they have to function in this world, and we have to create cash and profit so that you can build, because otherwise, like, how are you going to do it? So it's just like the matter of the thing. So there will be, and some are really, they're really, really good with the intuition and the mission, but they may not be, they may be actually not looking after their health so much. They might be working too hard, or they might be maybe people pleasing, so they not have good boundaries and things like that. Or they might, have, so that's power, your personal power boundary. And if they don't have personal power boundary, it's almost like all the things are coming up through this as well, like codependency and stuff like that needs to heal. We have to have narcissist-free, codependency healed relationships. The whole world is suffering from this syndrome, right? So like, more or less. So we all need to really honor the sovereignty. We've been programmed to stay like little soldiers in the matrix, and we actually just we're breaking free from this now. And it shows up in so many different ways for people. Some people it shows up in health, some people it shows up in the relationship, some people it shows up in their work, their passion, what they're meant to be doing, spiritual awakening, because we're getting unplugged, literally. And therefore, people that have big vision and have big vision for the world needs this support and this help, so they can get on and do the work, right? So that's what I'm here to help with as well, of course. So
no, that's perfect. And Graham says, do you use meditation techniques?
I meditate in the most odd places, like when I'm hoovering, when I'm walking, when I'm in my hot tub, when I'm in my office. Sometimes before work, I just sit for like 10 minutes. To be honest, this is like a secret. This is a secret of the light body work. So what happens, because my light body is fully activated and fully, restored, is in its original state as a divine human being. I don't have to meditate much, because I'm plugged in. Right. So my secret is not that I meditate. I haven't got time for that. But my secret is that I keep my energy clean, active, clear my traumas, clear my stuff all the time, make sure I'm good, and I am on tap with divine source all the time, like literally. So if you want this, and if you don't want to meditate 2 hours a day, I suggest that, But no, I do plug out as such. I get downloads, especially when I'm hoovering. That's when I get my downloads a lot. So I'm hoovering the house, and then boom, 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 just comes in. I'm like, okay, let's just write that down. So it's the most odd things, but
Yeah.
we're all different, aren't we? I
Yeah.
think they just give it to me because I'm a busy mum, so they just give it to me when I'm having this like with the Hoover.
Yeah, yeah, and I can quite understand why they would do that. And they're not going to give it to you when you're working with the children because hey, you need
No,
to be
because you're
fully.
busy. Yeah, exactly. So whatever works, I do my own meditations. Like in the club, my Connected Soul Club, I do a meditation each month, a live one, and then record it and then put it in the library. I do actually listen to my own meditations sometimes, but I also listen online to some meditations sometimes just to kind of get the, just sort of blast out a bit for like 20 minutes or so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so Graham says he does similar.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he wholeheartedly agrees. And Kay
Yeah.
says, I try to meditate often and know it makes a huge difference in my day. Connecting to spirit always makes me feel better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So meditation, is obviously there to connect you to your divine self, your divine truth. But it's nice to be like, if you can be connected to it all the time, then it's a nice thing. So cases, but busy psyche RN, so neither stress level. What does she mean
I
with
think
busy?
that could be a registered nurse, psychiatric registered nurse.
Busy psychic registered nurse. Yeah, of course. So she will be. So I think you're going to maybe leave some freebies for. Maybe I can leave a freebie. What you would really love, Kay, is I'll let Ray leave the details later. But on my website, gennelylion.love, if you went there, you can download the bioenergy clearing, which is inside my kit. It's like it's called Activate Your Soul Business, actually, but you can ignore the nail, the niche sheet in there, and just use the bioenergy clearing. It is phenomenal. I have clients that I used to work with that have finished everything with me, and they're like, I still use the bioenergy clearing every week. Like I use it all the time. That will really clear the energies from the day if you're in that side of 3D world, because you don't want to pick up people's stuff, but you probably do.
Yeah.
So the bioenergy clearing will just literally clean it all out. You're all that new. And if you use it once a week, you're good.
Oh,
Literally.
brilliant. Yep. And
It's
Kay says,
powerful. Yes. So gennelylion.love, darling. Go there, just get it. It says activate your soul business bundle, but ignore if you haven't got a soul business, you're not allowed to download it.
and I'll put the link in anyway
Yeah, sure.
after the show, so Kay, you can go
Yeah.
into that.
So Kay
And
says, can you leave a link? Yeah.
yeah,
So Carol says, Ismail, I love this clearing so much. Yeah, she loves it. She's in my program. But yeah, you can use it every week. It's brilliant. I recommend it to anyone who's like in the 3D reality and it's just heavy matrix stuff. You'll just feel new.
yeah, excellent.
Hi,
So yeah,
Karen.
so thank you for that. Vacating the vacating negative luggage that you picked up.
Exactly. And I have to do it as well. Like I clear it pretty much every day. Not the whole hour because it's 45 minutes that clearing. I don't do that, but I have to clear myself
Yeah.
because it's heavy, isn't it? Heavy energy around us everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think anyone who says that they never have to clear, it's kind of like you do, you can
You
filter out,
do.
you can filter out so much, but there are still bits that get through that will suddenly catch you unawares if you
Yes.
haven't
Yeah.
if
Absolutely. So
if you
it
haven't done
should
it.
be just spiritual hygiene, really.
Yeah,
As and stuff. And then what does Graham says to do relaxing reply? He says, oh no, don't do the clearing while you drive. I don't know. Do not do the clearing while you drive. No,
No, no, no, no, no, no.
that's
That's
dangerous. Yeah,
that would be that would be very dangerous.
yeah, yeah.
To do that, you know, even if you were such on a high level, you know, you could see everything going around. It'll be like, yeah, but
Oh, he says he does it when he's driving, like clear it maybe. Yeah.
oh
So,
yeah, yeah.
just to say, yeah, please, that's fine. Do not use my energy clearing while you're driving. No. It's powerful.
Exactly. And sometimes you find driving is quite meditative anyway,
Yeah,
because you get
yeah,
from A to B and you think, oh my God, I don't remember
yeah.
this journey here, but you know that you stopped at traffic lights
Yeah,
and everything like that. So it is just really allowing your brain to sort of like just be.
yeah, 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 exactly.
And
So, was
so
there any more questions
There's
on
not
this?
any more questions at the moment, but I'm sure somebody must have some more questions out there to actually bombard you with. You know, this is your chance.
Hmm.
You know, you've got her here live. The
Okay, we've got Kay, Graham, Carolyn. Anyone else?
Carol,
I mean, Carol is very welcome. She's my client,
Chrissy.
but she does, like I was just giving space on other people in as well. But Carol knows a lot already.
Yeah.
Not that you can't ask a question, darling. You can.
So Graham says repetition helps to trust
We're
what you
traveling
know.
to Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And Graham says when I'm traveling to Florida next year.
There you go.
I am. Yeah, I think so because the kids want to go to Disney World, which, yeah,
Yeah,
I've said yes,
yeah.
but
And that.
we can talk about Disney another time.
Yeah. But yeah, and again, you know what Graham says, repetition helps you trust what you know, and it
Absolutely.
it does, and the more you repeat stuff. So do you find that with your sort of like the when people work with your chakras,
Mm.
do they, it's just they do it the once and then they just move to the next chakra, or do they do all the chakras in sequence and then think, oh, maybe that one's out of line today, so I'll work on that one, but they don't have to do
Mm.
it from the beginning again?
Yeah, kind of. So when I work with them one-on-one, we look at the 7 levels of embodied leadership all the time. So we kind of like talk about that and just target which one. Now, I have got something called the Ascension Clearing Kit, which is actually included in my programs, most of my programs and the membership. And actually in there are 11 energy clearings. 7 of them are for the chakras. There's a few other ones like from fear to love, and then your ancestral clearing. So there's a couple of extracurricular. But those ones, what I say to my clients there, they get so used to using the program, the actual Ascension Clearing Kit, that they just get really good at, oh, I need number 7 today. So
Gotcha.
let's say 11 of them. So they're not exactly, we're not talking about the levels of embodied leadership, and they were more talking about, for example, the root chakra, about safety, about trauma, about lots of things that could have gone wrong so that the root chakra then went out of balance. But they will just pick it, and the most magical healing happens because spirit knows what's in those clearings and the mind can't always work it out. So they will just say to the higher self, which clearing today? Oh, number 4. And they do number 4 and they go like, oh my God, that blew my mind today. Or they've done the clearing before, but something else will come up the next time because I've recorded it in a way so that you can use it over and over and over. So it's like this accumulative, amazing healing program. So, and then people will learn how to lead themselves in that program, which is good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, brilliant. And Graham's got a scoot. Hugs, great
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for
I remember him when I go to Florida.
yeah, yeah, do. He's a character. We actually
Yeah.
do it. We actually do a show together on one Wednesday every month.
I know you said, I think, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So and
Okay,
Case,
so it's amazing, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
it is good. Yeah. Yeah, she loved the ascension clearing kit. But start with the bioenergy clearing, which is one of the ascension clearings. So that's the one I give for free, so people get a taster, and then they can buy the ascension clearing kit on its own.
Yeah,
As a one thing. But
yeah.
yeah, start with the bioenergy clearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which I think sound is, is a really good. I think sounds a really good way to actually start with it, because as you said, we do need to clear um
Yeah.
that energy. And again, what I think a lot of people don't realize is they may go, yeah, but I've not been around anybody today. I've not been out on the street. But then my question to them is, have you listened to the news today?
Yeah. Exactly. Where have you been influenced, basically? Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you've been influenced from anywhere, whether that is the neighbor or the news or something else, and I look at it like you shouldn't be fearful
No.
of what you've been influenced by, but you should be like, okay, do I feel like I need a clearing? Yeah, I do actually. So I'm going to do it. It's more like hygiene, You brush your teeth, don't you? So
Well, I'd like to think you do.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, exactly. No cases. I never watch the news, nor do I. I never.
No, I
You know,
don't.
I used to go. So obviously in university, everyone's like, "You got to watch the news and everything." I said, "I can't watch it." This was when I was younger, and I wasn't even doing what I do now. But I just could not bear it. I was like, "I can't watch it. This is ridiculous. It's got no higher purpose. This is ridiculous." Just completely fear mongering, and I never did it. I never did it.
I don't watch the don't
Don't
watch
even
the
know where
news.
to go to watch it. I'm like telly somewhere, but I don't know.
I don't really watch the telly that much, so
No, no, we do.
I kind of think, do I need to be paying my television bill? But yes, I do, because
Yeah,
I might watch the catch up every now and again
yeah.
um, on there. So if no one's got any other questions at the moment to ask Gennye,
Mm.
um, as you know, I do guide meditations and angel card readings, and each week I like to ask my guests whether they would like me to do a mini guide meditation or pull an angel oracle card for themselves and those watching. So, Gennye, what would you like me to do?
Angel card, please.
Funny enough, I have the cards right in front of me. Amazing that.
Ready?
And that, and not always when I do the cards, I do the cards for what you need to know for your highest good at this moment in time.
Yeah,
Because although I work with the past is for healing from, so that you come into your present. And when I take people to the future, it's so you know and understand your present, so that you can come back to the present. Because I think being in the present is so important.
the most important. There's only really now.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually.
totally. So, what does Gennye and everyone who's watching this live or the replay need to know for their highest good at this moment in time? I don't think we want all those cards, but that one wants to come out.
Pop that.
That one came out. So, great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward.
Ooh, I like that. And we're talking about Columbus. Do you remember?
I know. I know. I just love the way the cards always come out.
Oh, they're so
So apt. Oh,
great adventure. Yeah, I'm ready for the adventure.
yep. So so it's basically to Jenny and everyone watching, venture forward. There's risk in everything. When you leave your house in the morning. Oh, we've lost Jenny, so she should hopefully come back in again. I thought she might suddenly disappear on us because we suddenly lost her. So great adventure. So take risk, venture forward. So when we leave the house every day, there's always that slight risk that we have. So it's worth taking that. Hello again.
I'm
Oh,
back.
you're back. Yay. There you
You
go.
know what happened? It's when we said great adventure, we broke the internet.
I know we
It
did. It
happens.
was great venture.
Frequency,
Take
can't
a
handle
risk.
it.
Exactly. So go forth. What venture do you want to create? And again, it's what you said earlier, Jenny. About um, you know the you know extravagant, the most amazing things that you can create. What do you want in your life? And again, that is the adventure. When you look at what things can be, as you said, Columbus, he had this big dream, I can go across the oceans, and he did. um you know Somebody somewhere must have thought of the wheel, and
Yes.
people would have gone, oh yeah, right, whatever.
Yeah. And then they did it. Exactly.
Exactly. So the grand ideas may not lead to the grand idea, but they can lead to smaller ideas that will
Of
help
course.
propel you forward.
Yeah. And
um
I always think as well, I mean, the great adventure, that I love that, because, and I always say to my clients, if you can see it in your mind's eye, you can create it. Because why
yeah.
would you be able to see it otherwise? You wouldn't be.
No.
If you can see it in your mind's eye, you can actually create it. And everyone's like, really? I'm like, yes. You
Yeah.
just got to go and do it now. Just make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. It should be like an adventure. It should be fun. Your business should
Exactly.
be fun. Your spiritual work should be fun. Everything should be good. You should have a good time.
Yeah. So go on that adventure.
And sometimes it's, go on an adventure. And then when there's uphill, well, how do we do it? We keep going, right? We can't just go, oh, it didn't work first time. Well,
Tweak
try
it.
again then.
Yeah. Bring something new into it.
Yeah, we'll bring something new and try again. You tweak something, do it again. And so yeah, it should be fun. The other thing I thought when you pulled that card is
Mm.
that there are so many ready. I feel I've been getting this last week actually a lot. Everyone's been prepared for so many lifetimes. You can do this. Do you know what I mean? You can bring your spiritual mission out there. You can do it now. It's fine. You just got to sort of get your ducks lined up. And
Yeah.
I'm talking to spiritual entrepreneurs here really, because like you're ready to take the world on. You can do it. You can totally do it.
Yeah. And the energies at the moment are there for us to
Yeah,
to move forward, and the collective energy is there as well, supporting
yeah,
everyone to do it. So yeah, take that risk. Go on that adventure, and
yeah.
have fun whilst you're doing it.
And the other thing I want to say as well, because we
Mm.
are programmed as humans to, I'm not saying giving in to fear, but the fear of whatever, what if it doesn't work, what if, all that, that's just there from the primitive caveman brain to go, oh, is there a risk there? I better not go there in case I get killed. So you've got to realize that your brain is programmed to actually go, oh, that might be a bit scary. Let's do this safe route. And you just got to know the difference. Like, no, don't jump in front of the car, because yes, that is dangerous. You will
Yeah.
die. But to go and do your business and try the different things are not going to risk your life, right? So you've got to know when your brain is trying to trick you and when your brain is actually trying to help you. So it's like, as soon as you start realizing, oh yeah, I've got a caveman brain. Yeah, of course. That's why I'm feeling scared to do these things. So I need to tell myself, it's okay, let's do it anyway. And actually sort of talk yourself into like reasoning, because that's actually true. It's what's happening. So we just need to know that we can not just overcome the fear, but like what's real fear and what's just caveman fear to keep you safe. That's kind of the two big different things. And we're also meant to, we're meant to actually take the action first, and then, because people say, well, I'll do it when I'm ready, or I'll do it when I'll
Yeah.
do it then, or I'll do it then. Well, you never will be ready, but you need to step forward, take a foot in front of the other now, and then the rest will follow. It's almost like, but I don't know the map. Well, you will get the map as you're walking the path. But if you stay at the crossroad and you don't put the foot in front of the other, then you're not going to get the rest of the map. So you've got to move first, and then the universe will follow you. That's the big difference. This is why most people are stuck, because they're waiting for something. There's nothing to wait for.
No. And if the universe thinks you're ready for it, You need to do it, otherwise it will throw something your way that
Yeah.
will literally go, well,
And it'd
you're
be like
doing it
more
anyway.
annoying, a bit more disruptive, and might be a little bit more even painful and a little bit more tragic than if you'd actually go now. It's like, unfortunately, some people like, oh my God, this happened in my life. Now I have to do this. Oh my God, I should have seen the signs before. But you probably did see the signs, but you didn't do anything about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So the universe has
Yes.
gone, okay, we're making it all happen
You're
for
gonna
you.
make it, you do it now. Yes.
Exactly, exactly. So I hope everyone that you've enjoyed this conversation and found it insightful, because I know I definitely have. If people want to connect with you, Gennye, how do they do that? Obviously, you mentioned your website earlier. Is there any other ways they can connect with you at all?
Yeah, so we are on Facebook now, so you can find me on Facebook. I am on all the other platforms, but I think Facebook and LinkedIn are the best ones. And then Love, like you can go and have a look. But I have a Facebook group as well. But if you connect with me on Facebook, you'll find the group as well, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all under Gennye Lion, isn't it?
Yes. So it's how my name is spelled. So Gennye Lion like that, .love.
Uh,
That's the
per-
website. Yeah.
Perfect. And I will put all the links in there. And Kay says thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Kay. You
Thank
put that bioenergy clearing on tonight, you'll sleep like a baby. Yeah.
per- Perfect. And Chrissy says thank you both. Thank you, Chrissy,
Yeah. Thank you, Chrissy.
for joining in. And thank you to everyone who has joined the show live. And, for those that are going to watch us on the replay. And of course, if you are now ready to remember your divine presence and step onto your spiritual multidimensional path, but feel lost, confused, stuck, or alone, then please feel free to connect with me, so that we can arrange a video call to discuss where you are now and how I can help you move forward to help you take charge of your destiny so you can spread your wings and soar. And of course, please feel free to join my weekly newsletter and receive a free future life progression recording where I take you into a future lifetime to get guidance and clarity that you can use in your current life, as well as a couple of other free gifts for you. And again, everyone, thank you so much for watching live, or the replay. And I'd like to invite you to share this video, as I'm sure there are more people who feel lost and want to get clear on their destiny, just like you. And this information could really help that person. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, then please feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified of when this show goes live or I post new guide meditations, because every subscription, every like, every comment on YouTube really, really helps me. And I look forward to you all joining me same time, same place next week. And Kay says, will do. And Carol says,
Brilliant.
lots of hearts across the screen.
Yeah.
So thank you all very much. And yes, as I said, I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.